Hello and welcome to the part 29 of this video series. In this video, we will understand structures. So let's open up the Visual Studio and understand this with help of an example. I have opened up my Visual Studio. So let's create a structure. Public struct. And let's name it customer. Just like a class, we can define properties or fields inside a structure. Let me create a field, public integer id, and just like a class, we can declare properties also within our structure. I will create the type of property of integer because I want to encapsulate my id field, and that's why I will create my property of integer type because id is also integer type. So let me call it id. Let's create getters and setters within our property. So the same way we declare properties in class, same way we can declare it in structure also. And same way we can declare some methods also in our structure. Let's go ahead and use this structure in our program. So within our demo class, I will create an object of customer structure. So just like a class, we can create objects of a structure also. So let's call it customer is equal to new customer. So now I can assign id customer.id equal to 101, and I can also invoke the methods which are available in structure. So let me call it using print id. So I have created an object of my structure and I have used the property id and assigned value 101 to it, and then I use the customer object to invoke print id method. Let's run this program. You will notice we are getting the id 101 on console window. Okay, so let's create some other properties and encapsulate those also. Let me create a field, and by the way, I have to declare this field as private. Okay, let's create some more class fields. Private string name, private string email, private integer age. Okay, so now we have created 3 more class fields. Now let's create properties for these also. In Visual Studio, you can right click on your class fields and select the option quick actions and refactoring, and then you can choose the option encapsulate fields. If you notice here, it has created 3 properties for us: name, email and age, and it has also created getters and setter methods that are using the lambda syntax to create it. We will understand the lambda syntax in future videos, but now we have 3 properties for our 3 private class fields. So let's use these properties. I will say customer dot name equal to test. Okay, let's access these properties and print it on console window. Let me remove this line and let's use console.writeLine. Now let's run the program. We are getting all the values which we have assigned to our customer structure object. So just like a class, a structure can have fields, properties and methods. And there are some differences between a structure and a class also that we will understand in the next video. But now let's understand the concept of object initializer. If you notice here, we have used these 4 lines to assign the values, but we can replace these lines with an object initializer syntax. In the last video, we have briefly seen the object initializer syntax, but now in this video, let's understand how it is used. So just like after creating the object, I can put my curly braces here, and within this curly braces I can access my properties. If you type id here, or you can see all the four properties are available within my object initializer. This block of curly brackets is called as object initializer. So whatever I was doing here, I can do same thing within my object initializer also. And guys, in the object initializer, we have to use commas instead of semicolon. Okay, now I can remove these lines. And if I run the program again, I will get the same output. So this is the other ways to initialize the properties of an object. Let's go back to slides now. Okay, so in this video, we have seen a demo using structures. We have seen how we can generate properties using the Visual Studio, and we have seen the object initializer syntax. Okay, and just like a classes, structure can have private fields, public properties, constructors, and methods also. Object initializer syntax was introduced in C# version 3.0, and it can be used to initialize either a class or a structure. Please note there are many differences between classes and a structure, which we will be looking at in a later video session. So we have seen the private fields, public properties, and methods in a structure. So now let's see how we can use constructor in a structure. Let's go back to Visual Studio. To create a constructor, we have to use public keyword, and then we have to specify the constructor name, and constructor name will always be same as class name. So I will use the customer. So within the customer constructor, I have to initialize all my class fields. Let's take those fields as a parameter. And within my constructor, I can set my class field, this dot. So I have initialized all my class fields with the parameter which I am receiving. And now I can go back and create my object using my constructor. So I can say customer2 equal to new customer, and this time I can pass my parameters within my object. So I can pass 101 for my ID. Let's pass 102. Let's try to access these fields now using the properties. Let's run the program. You will notice we are able to access the fields which we have assigned while declaring the object. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video, we will learn all the difference between a structure and a class.